A beautiful good morning to you, our lovely viewers. Welcome to the breakfast show. My name is Amazing Katamanda, and I'm not alone. I'm with.
My name is Louisia. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and of course, welcome to it. We expect that you actually stay glued until the end of the show. All right, so we actually have lined up so many beautiful segments on the show, just like every Saturday, and and a beautiful topic, by the way.
Of course, it is beautiful, and we sure hope that you, the viewers at home, you'll be part and parcel of what we are talking about today, which is UPND government on course to steer development. So you can come through with your comments by calling us or texting us using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or better yet, you can leave your comments on our Facebook page. Let's get interactive, and without wasting much of your time, let's just get to our first segment of the day. We know how important it is to just exercise, so let's just get to the morning boost this morning.
Hello. I'm your boy Harrison, aka the Fitness Papi, once again, and we are here at Chonzi Fitness Gym, and today we are going to do spinning for probably 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Okay, we can go. You have to insert here. Make sure that the foot is wrapped around the belt. Then you now start. Okay. So the benefit of spinning, it actually helps boost up your metabolism, and it also helps your cardiovascular system. And physical benefits, can tell it also helps you with the calves, the legs. Okay. So we go. Since I have less time, so I'm going to just speed up things. So I'm going to harden here my adjustive knob. Then I stand. Take it slowly. Take it slowly. So this kind of movement helps the gut muscles here, and when you take it down, it helps your calves here. Let's go. So take it slowly, slowly. Okay, then I loosen my adjustive knob. I sit down again. So you can also do a full body workout while having a stationary bike, but I'm not encouraging for those who have the bikes, the normal transportation bikes. Yeah, but if you have a stationary bikes, you can also do a full body workout. Okay, here we go. So start with the back squeeze. Back squeeze. Okay. So from there you can go to side to side. Just go like this. Okay. So this one really helps the shoulders here. Okay. Then from here you can go to one hand lace. Let's go. This kind of movement also helps you in your shoulders. Keep going. Okay, then from there, you harden your adjusted knob. Then you stand again, all the way. Stretch your legs. Stretch your legs. Keep going. Stretch it up. Stretch it up. Stretch it up. Stretch it up. And we can call it a wrap. Okay, guys. Then after here, you can just stretch. Okay, then you come this side. Do your stretch. Okay. From here, you do your back stretch. I mean your what is your chest stretch. Okay, then you tap your toe here. Order. Do your back stretch. Okay, and we are done with our workout. Remember, it's about your health. You've been with me, Harrison, aka the Fitness Puppy, here at Chon's Fitness Gym. Bye-bye.
All right, so that was our morning boost segment this morning. Quite interesting. Remember, it is very important to keep fit. I don't know how often you actually keep fit in the morning.
Yeah. You know, I'm not so much into exercising, but this year it's one of my New Year's resolutions.
Yes. No, I must mention that I actually go for morning run every day.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What time do you do it?
I actually wake up at 5:30. I always do it for an hour.
Wow, you are committed.
Very much committed.
I need that grace. I need that grace, really.
No, you just have to tap. You know, tap in my grace, of course.
I will, definitely.
Okay. All right, so you're still watching The Breakfast Show on Camnet TV. Remember, today's topic is United Party for National Development Government on course to steer up development. We'd love to find out your reactions concerning our topic this morning. And of course, you can actually come through using the numbers that is right on your screens. You can actually send us your text message, or you can simply call us. And of course, we're streaming live on our Camnet TV page that is on our social media handle, that is Facebook. You can actually leave your comment and we'll be able to read it loud and clear.
Exactly.
Yes.
We go to our next segment of the morning, which is...
Yes, of course, right now, let's actually talk about health. We go to our Health Corner segment, and on the other side, we'll get back right here in the studio. Do join us shortly.
Hi, good morning viewers. Welcome to today's health segment on The Breakfast Show. I am Dr. Nakuyana Mfaya. So this week we want to discuss about malaria. Malaria affects everybody. It affects all age groups, and it's very prevalent in our community. And so we need to understand what is malaria. We also need to know what causes malaria and how does it come about. We also need to know what are the signs and symptoms of someone who has malaria. How can you tell that you have malaria, and when do you go to the hospital to seek for treatment? And how is malaria treated? And what are some of the complications, and how can you prevent yourself from getting malaria? So what is malaria? Malaria is an infection that is caused by a parasite. This parasite is spread by mosquitoes. So what happens is that the mosquito would take a bite on your body, and once it does that, it releases the parasites into your blood. And when the parasites get into your body, they go to your liver, where they are later on released again into the bloodstream and they infect your blood cells, and your blood cells will rupture and release more parasites. So the cycle will continue unless it is treated. So there are different types of plasmodium. We call them plasmodium that will cause malaria. There's Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium vivax, and Plasmodium ovale. So the most prevalent one that is most common in our setting as Zambia is Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium falciparum causes very severe infection, and so there is need that you know and understand how does it present, how patients would present, and some of the symptoms they would have. And it's important for people to get treatment as soon as possible because it is deadly and can kill very fast and very quickly if not treated. So that is how someone gets malaria. So in today's segment, we are learning that malaria is caused by a parasite. And this parasite is transmitted by mosquitoes, and it spreads in the body and causes a severe infection that needs treatment as soon as possible. So keep watching The Breakfast Show to be able to learn more about what are some of the symptoms that one can have when they have malaria and how they can be treated, and also how to prevent malaria in our communities. Thank you so much for watching today's segment, and I wish you all a very happy new year and have a healthy and prosperous 2023. Thank you and bye.
And that's what our doctor had for us this morning. I hope you have learned a thing or two. I know we are very familiar with malaria and everything, but I hope it's a reminder for you. If you're just joining us, welcome to The Breakfast Show. You are joining me, Amazing Katamanda, with my colleague,
Louisia.
my beautiful colleague. Yes, so please keep us company by calling us or texting us, or better yet, you can come through with your comments on our Facebook page, which is Camnet TV. Leave your comments there. We want to hear from you. We have so many things that we have in store for you, so we later on will be zooming into the stories that we have we had yesterday on the news. And of course we have a topic of discussion, which is UPND government on the course to stir up development. So come through with your comments and contributions. We want to hear from you. And now let's just get to our money market. So we have the US dollar, which is buying for 18.05 ngwe and then selling for 18.41 ngwe. And then we have the euro, which is selling for 18.98 ngwe and selling for 19.35 ngwe. And then we have the South African rand, which is selling for 1.04 ngwe and selling for 1.06 ngwe. And then the great British pound, which is selling for 21.45 ngwe, and then it's selling for 21.87 ngwe. That's our foreign exchange right there. I hope even as you are going about your business, you are aware what is happening in the money market, or the foreign exchange as we call it.
Exactly. We actually forgot to mention that we do have, our guest who's actually coming in to give us an expert view concerning our topic of discussion for today. And of course, he'll be coming in trying to find out his side, of the story, him being part of the UPND Alliance, and obviously is coming in to help us discuss our topic of discussion for today. And we're definitely interested in, in knowing his reactions, and of course, the overall reactions from our viewers inclusive. Remember, you're also part and parcel of this program. You can actually send in your contributions on the numbers that are on the screen, and of course you can come through by checking out our Facebook page, that is Camnet TV. You can actually drop your comment there and we'll be able to get interactive just like that. And of course we'll be zooming into our news items.
And I don't know, I think you should go first because those are like community stories. And I think this ones will zoom in, the ones that I have will zoom in when the guest gets here.
Not a problem. All right, so our first story for today this morning is where the Shaker Market in Kaunda Square Stage 1 has been turned into a dump site, forcing people out of the premises to conduct their business outside the market. And now some of the traders spoken to have told Camnet News that the market has no proper waste collection mechanism, prompting the traders to dump waste in the market shelter. Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Mike Mposha, who towards the market, expressing disappointment that the market traders have abandoned designated trading places, resulting in unscrupulous people to start dumping garbage in the market. Now, Prudence Stewart actually filed this report. Let's get to this report and we'll be right back.
This market shelter at Sekeseke Market of Lusaka's Kaunda Square Stage 1, which was recently renovated by the Zambia National Service with the capacity to accommodate more than 6,000 traders, has been turned into a dump site for waste, while marketeers have resolved to be trading from outside the market. This development not only posed a health hazard to the few traders left in the market, but has also been affecting their businesses. Some of the traders spoken to have attributed this careless activity to lack of a waste dump site at the market, which has forced the traders to resolve to dumping the waste inside of the market, forcing some marketeers to desert their trading spaces.
Noma ukuthi nashitisha shani kale nunka file yani senti ikulu eyilefuma ishilele ngoko watu wale posta takulu kwa kupose ishara tabatu pero kwa kupose ishara na ngubale sheshani kwe bati moneni nendi apa mupepi kuli mupepi naba mayo abona baserera okona bena ngoko baserera na bena so takulu kwa kuposera ndase bale posta apa lero sindwale kunyana mayanda mwamono bakwata na chance wambokola kuyo mayanda walelita
ine ngali kudwala kutoza kuti mabini batira pafupi na tebulu era yaletesa chifine sichisila.
Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Mike Mposha is not happy with the development and has warned all traders to move inside of the market to prevent people from indiscriminately disposing waste, adding that government will soon swing into action to force the traders to occupy the market shelter.
We need our people to utilize this, and here we have given them a 5 days ultimatum, which is ending on Sunday. Sunday we are bringing both the state and the council police officers to ensure that everybody trades in a permitted trading place, the market. We can't spend so much government money and then people begin to dump garbage right in the market. So everybody must move.
The Lusaka City Council has since moved in to clear the heaps of garbage in the market and are hopeful that after the exercise is complete, traders will occupy the trading spaces.
There is no excuse. I've been told that an ultimatum has been given up to Sunday for everyone to lodge back into the market, a beautiful place, and to bring back normalcy. We do not expect to have any resistance from our people because this is how it ought to be. The times of the past when people deserted the designated trading places, bus stops, is slowly getting consumed and it's going to be over. So I'm just appealing to our trader mothers to comply.
Prudence Chota reporting for Camnet TV News.
And that is a sad situation right there in Kaunda Square. I don't know what you think. Who really has been throwing those garbage in the market? Is it the marketers themselves or there are people from outside? What is your thought?
This is actually a trend that has been going for some time. I think it's common in so many markets, especially in compounds. But I think personally I would blame the people that work within the places because I don't think a normal person from home can just go straight into the market and throw in garbage and stuff like that. I think it starts from themselves.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
I don't know, Zambian people, we are in the habit of doing things and then we call on the government later on, which is not a good, which is not a good thing.
We create our own dirt and then we blame it on government.
We blame it on government, which is not a good thing. So let's take care of our environment. And as we have seen, there's an outbreak of cholera just in Malawi, our neighbors right there, and we have seen that schools have been affected, and it's as a result of not taking care of the environment that we live in. So I think as people at home, let's not wait for anybody to come and clean our environment. Looking at the marketers, for the market to become like that, I think they've been selling in that market. So for it to get to that place, meaning these people don't clean. They don't. So let's get to a place where we take care of the environment that we live in. We cannot wait for the government to do these things for us or somebody else to come and do it for us. We have to do it ourselves.
Exactly. All right, moving on to our next story, where workers belonging to Siltech Engineering, a company contracted by the Lusaka City Council to unblock drainages and sweep roads in the Manali constituencies, have allegedly been hounded out of Mutendere compound by cowboys. So Zipporah Michelle actually filed this report and she brought us the details.
These are workers of Siltech Engineering, a company that is contracted by the Lusaka City Council LCC to clean drainages and sweep roads in Munali constituency, who have downed tools in Mutendere compound after allegedly being harassed by cowboys making money from public service buses while carrying out their duty. The workers narrate that they are in conflict with some cowboys at Mutendere Market who harassed them Thursday afternoon while working, resulting in some of them being beaten up, as the cowboys feel that the workers are preventing buses from passing freely as they sweep and carry out their work, hence making business slow for them.
Mumbali abanishi basebenza kumbuyo tusapo motoka hapa chasiani wasirize kulonga chile vili hapa tsaifendeza motoka babwira na beba aje penga tini bandani wa kansela babwira na bawuza na bashitire explain abeve babwira na bantu bawo ndio kwamba manje kunisiruka motoka manje ndio manje bambokonya makofi manje bamutenga mambrera bambonjonkora
pachameni ndanda ulako chabe chikulu kumtendere kuja mkoipa baleteko abantu bosebenzerako bwino batuyanganireko bosebenza kwa mene n'abafuna kuti kampani ino ipitirize kula kumtendere kwisha bangwina ngo angafe wayi beve bana balesa kuchita kupezeka machani muja kupundirira beve kuja bakaliko makada mailo sembe driver sembe sindise kuponyana n'abaja mangwangwazi sembe anafa uja manje abati pemba kuti atiyanganireko tizisebenza bwino nati kuzinkhala chongo chifukwa kupaya munthu chinthu choyipa ndabezera maambulete zitopokolola maambulete kusakucha.
Others have vowed never to return to Mtendere compound until the safety is secured by the council.
Tuyopa kuenda sasa kumtendere wakatuateko trafiki kamba kontra tepa mletu zapwela kola nilishie tukulidoti maningi na kaftela akauza bantu bake.
My people are afraid to go back to Mtendere to work from there because they are fearing that they will be harassed the same way it happened yesterday. The company from the Ngwangwazi, I don't know if they are cowboys and conductors trying to beat up our driver, fighting our women, and when I contacted the councillor to come to our aid, only to find that some of his members from the WDC were involved. That's how he escaped and never made a comment.
Meanwhile, in a phone interview, Mutendere Ward 34 Councillor Boniface Chiweka has advised affected workers to call for a meeting involving the council and the Zambia police to find a permanent solution to the problem.
Because that is just a one-off incident. They've been working in the ward for a very long time. That has never happened. It's just a one-off. They can be worried. Even me, I'm concerned about their lives and their safety. But that is just a one-off, and it's not something that has been happening now. It was just a one-off incident, a misfortune, of course. But that cannot be a basis to pull out of Mtendere just because of that.
The workers have called for a peaceful working environment as they endeavor to keep the community clean, stating that this is key to preventing various diseases. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
All right, so we are still discussing the issue of drainages, the issue of garbage being disposed of anywhere, and of course, Mutendere is also one of the compounds that happens to be affected, and there are many more places.
There are many more places.
There are many more places, especially when we talk about the Central District business in Lusaka. When we talk of city markets, this is a norm that has been there for some time, and a lot have cried foul. But again, it gets back to you. What are you doing about it? Despite you crying out, you know, for government to come in and, you know, help with the situation. At the end of the day, everything begins with you. So if you are the first person who's throwing out garbage anyhow, you don't expect the next person to come and clean it up.
To clean it up for you. And you know, the thing is, if I throw a paper, let's say on the floor, you see a paper, you also throw it on the floor. And the next person will come, and then before we know it, everywhere it will be, you know, dirty and everything.
Garbage now. Exactly.
It becomes piles of garbages, like you are saying. So I think it starts with us. It starts with us. And if we are found in a place, you have given an example of a business, the central business place. People that are found there, they're not taking care of that environment, and then they're expecting government to do it for them. I don't know why.
You know, these are the more reasons why government is prompted to, you know, to remove street vendors.
Because they are not taking care, of course. So I don't blame the government for wanting to end street vending. Exactly. I don't really blame them, because, to be honest, it will sound harsh, but it is what it is. They are putting dirty there. Because they'll just sell their things, but they'll leave piles of, you know, garbages there, and then they'll go home. And then when they come back tomorrow, they say, no, the government is not taking care of this, the government is not doing that. We are the government. Cleanness starts with me and you. So let's take care of our environment.
Yep. Now, drifting away from, you know, what we discussed, the issue of garbages, there is something that is actually disheartening, like everywhere. The power outages. We are all facing this.
And it's a shock, because we all knew that it was going to take for 6. No, because
in terms of
ZESCO announced that 6 hours, and then now we are 12 hours, so it has doubled. So it's shocking. People didn't know until we saw the statement. Yes, until it was released. That's when people were like, oh, okay. Because the first time it went, because I remember I was watching the news that was on the. Was it on the 30th? When we're told, okay, so load shedding officially
beginning on the 3rd of January 2023.
Yes, and we're expecting 6 hours. And then it went for more than 6 hours. I think at my place it went at 24, and then it came back around 12
the next day.
And it was shocking, like, we were expecting 6 hours. Our minds were prepared for 6 hours, not 12 hours. So it's really shocking. I don't know how you're taking it in your area. Is it 6 hours? Is it up to 12 hours? Are you experiencing load shedding in your area at all? Because I've heard there's some areas that are not experiencing load shedding.
What areas are those?
I don't want to mention, because there's just But
looking at the rantings on social media, it looks like everywhere it is happening. Because it sounds like everybody's affected. This one is writing this, the next morning this one is writing this, everyone is writing so many different things about load shedding. But again, a lot of people are actually crying out for people that are involved in small scale businesses, like the ones that own saloons, you know, the carpenters, the welders, exactly. So other people would say, no, just buy a genset. But again, the argument is, how much is a genset? Can everybody really?
And not only the genset, there is the gas that you have to put in the genset in order for it to
work.
And we all know.
Not everybody can actually own it.
No. So I don't know really how we're going to be helped, because we were looking at ending poverty, but it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
And that reminds me of other opposition parties that are actually reacting to the current government, where they are saying 2023 looks like it's going to be a very hard year economic-wise. Load shedding.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm scared for all of us. I'm scared for all of us.
This is just January. Let's just continue praying and hope for the better.
And you know, the thing is, it's beyond anyone's control. In as much as, because I've seen people that have been bringing up things that the president before he was president, the things that he would say. He said, no, when I come into power, the promises he made to the people, when I come into power, this won't be happening, this won't take place, this won't what. But now that he's in power, Now that we're in power, and we have also seen the people that were in PF also, you know, just saying negative things about the president, like they used to
balances.
of course.
Yeah.
So it's really tough, but we are just hoping that it comes to an end soon. And I think I don't know, maybe we should just divert from depending on water. I don't know, maybe we should also go into solar or something.
That has been a song for years. That has been a song for years.
Unfortunately.
But
I think it's about time, don't you think?
But don't you think it's a bit too late because they're already experiencing it? I think these are alternatives that need to come before the actual experience.
And you know,
but
that was the thing.
Already.
And that was the thing.
Yeah.
When then the president, before he was president, when he was making those promises of saying, when I get into power, there will be no load shedding. There will be no. To us who were listening to him, it sounded as though he had everything in place.
Yeah.
Not knowing that it's quite the opposite, and unfortunately it's beyond his control. It's beyond everyone's control, and I'm sure they're trying to work on something.
But have we ever experienced these long hours in Zambia where power would actually go almost the whole day?
I think we did in the regime for the PF. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we did. We did.
But anyway, moving on. Today we have a very interesting topic where we're actually asking, is the UPND government really on course to steer up development? You know, we brought in the issue of load shedding. A lot of people are actually not happy about it. You know, the issue of prices. I think prices are being hiked, like in terms of meal.
Commodities.
You know, the issue
is expensive.
Commodities have really become expensive. We haven't really seen a reduction, like a thorough reduction so far. So that is still a pending problem in people's lives.
It has become so hard for many Zambians to just find food to eat.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's also... Even as we are still talking about the issues that people are crying about, they are affecting everybody. And I don't think anyone can say they are not affected with what is going on. We are all affected. And now we go to the health sector, where the Vice President, Mtaina Mango, re-echoed government stance on the availability of drugs in health facilities. When we come back, we'll also give our views, and we want to hear from you. Please call us using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or leave your comments on our Facebook page. But for now, let's just zoom in into that story.
Following complaints by the public and various stakeholders on perceived shortage of essential drugs in public hospitals, the country's Vice President, Mutalena Lumango, Friday morning conducted a surprise tour at 4 health facilities in Lusaka to fact-check the availability of drugs. For quite some time, information has hit the public with news that public health facilities in the country have been hit by critical shortage of essential drugs. As per tradition, before responding to any information, the government, through the Vice President, took time to inquire from technocrats, hence the visit.
If they don't have some emergency drugs, they can run to this room or to these people, and they'll be able to supply. Like if Kanyama doesn't have Jipata this, they can run here to get something for emergency. So they stop here.
The Vice President firstly started a surprise visit with Levi Mwanawasa Hospital, followed by Chipata Level 1, then proceeded to Matero, and the last health facility to close a tour this morning was the University Teaching Hospital. During her visit, the Vice President was informed that drugs in these facilities are available. Levi Mwanawasa Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent John Musuku informed the Vice President, who was in the company of the media, that the hospital has 93% of essential medicines, while HIV and AIDS, malaria and TB drugs are at 100% capacity.
We are using our locally generated funds, and actually 90% of the monthly grant to buy these commodities. We've always been above 60%, despite ZAMSA being at around 40–50%. So we've taken it upon ourselves to equip or to stock this hospital.
While at Chipata Level 1 Hospital, Medical Superintendent Matamata said the availability of essential medicines is at 75%, while antiviral drugs are at 100%. Dr. Mata, however, alluded to the fact that in the last 3 months, medical supplies to the facility were a challenge but have been supplemented by cooperating partners and the National Health Insurance Management Authority. The situation was also the same at Matero and UTH Hospital. The availability of essential drugs in public health facility fluctuates, however, it is above 60%.
So sometimes there is fluctuation of the drug levels. So there's no situation where we no drugs. No, we can have low drugs, but no drugs. So fluctuation, one moment we can even be 80%. But when we're 80%, that means that we're going to be 80% throughout. Because we consume, consumption. The public are there, the population of Lusaka is increasing.
The Vice President was, however, displeased with the bad working attitude of some health workers. This was in line with some of the complaints she had received from patients during a tour.
For me to come around, because if I find something wrong, I think you have heard me talk about certain things. The attitude should be worked on. There's no medicine to attitude. You are the medicine. You chose to do this, do it. But where they are doing well, where we are wrong, the drug levels in the country may have gone very low, but it fluctuates. I think that's what we pick here. So today, we are at, you went as far as 60. This is the lowest, but
lowest, yes.
Today, yeah. So when do you expect to receive more?
Okay, today we have been receiving from Zamsa.
You understand? You understand?
Yes.
So when we are here, he's saying 60. When they take stock, it may rise, but it should never fall to dangerous levels. Our people must go to the right health facility and get the right care.
Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
Yeah, that is a situation that we have in hospitals as we are speaking. My question, though, I do have a couple of questions, though I know you're not the right person to, to answer those questions. But then, I don't know, maybe you can just give me your opinion or something. You know, the government has always emphasized their medications are there in hospitals, and we have seen. But patients are still not given the medication. They are just given prescriptions to go and purchase from outside. Should they start investigating these medical personnel where they are taking the medication? Because they're the ones that are prescribing. When you go to the pharmacy, you're told, no, there's no medication. But we have been told by government that medication is there.
I think there's no harm in investigating medical personnel. There's no harm at all. But again, at the end of the day, I feel like I have seen a situation where a lot of medical personnel inside the hospitals on those drugstores outside. A lot of them would say, you know, we don't have this medicine. They'll prescribe the medicine and they say, go and buy from outside. And, you know, unknowingly.
And some would even be specific. They'll tell you the name.
Because they want business. Exactly.
Where to go and purchase.
So I don't know if they're being clever on their part, but again, they're also depriving, you know, the rights, you know, of free medication to, you know, to ordinary citizens. So it seems unfair, but again, if anybody is practicing such, that is very not okay. And especially that we have so many people that can't afford to buy medicines, you know. So the more reason they go to these public hospitals is because they want to access free medication, you know, have access to so many free things, free services rather. So if somebody prescribes you to say, we don't have this medicine, you can only buy it from outside.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense if they have the medicine.
If they have the medicines, and we have heard, we have heard the Minister of Health, Sylvia Masewo. Yes, she has said, like on different platforms, that we do have medication, and we have 70% of medication in all the clinics or health facilities, and we're still doing more in order for people to have medication. But if you go to the clinic, I remember not so long ago, I went to have my tooth extracted because I had some, I was experiencing a toothache. You know, they had to prescribe me to go and get Panadol. And paracetamol. This is something that's supposed to be available in a clinic because it's not that expensive. We understand there are some medications that the hospital cannot provide or the clinic cannot provide. They will prescribe for you to go and buy. But something as simple as paracetamol, really, you go and buy. And aspirin as well. They told me, no, you go and buy, and I was given a specific name where to go and get the drugs.
They do deals.
So I think it's high time they should start doing their investigation or their procurement, process where we should know where the medication is being taken, because the hospitals are receiving medication, the clinics are receiving medication, but why aren't patients given the medication?
Or probably we need accountability.
Yes.
For example, if medicines are being delivered today and they're accounted for, and obviously they also state the duration for the medicine, probably it can work so that they're answerable once the medicines are done before the prescribed duration. Maybe.
I think that's what we should start doing. We should start doing that because we are tired of the government looking bad when they are actually working. We have seen that they are putting in efforts in working, in as much as they are not fulfilling everything, but we need to give them some time to, put themselves in order and put certain things in order. And we all know currently the state of our economic stance in the country. We all know we were owing so many countries. So we need to pay back, but they are doing everything within their powers. But anyway, if you're just joining us, this is a Camnet breakfast show, and my name is Amazing Katamande, and I'm not alone, I'm with my colleague.
My name is Louisia, and of course today's topic, we're trying to find out if UPND government is on course to stir up development. Later on, we'll be joined by Martin Mulenga, who is NAREP Secretary General. He'll be coming in to discuss this topic, and of course, NAREP is part of the UPND Alliance, so we'd love also to take their side of the story, if at all the UPND Alliance is also helping, in stirring up development in the country. We have so many issues that people are raising every now and then. But again, what is the UPND government doing? And especially its alliance partners as well. Are they helping out to make sure that UPND fulfills its all campaign promises? Remember, they're actually entering their second year of governance, of ruling Zambia. So what changes have you seen so far? And what are your expectations? Because we truly expect more. Since they overpromised, so we expect them to over-deliver.
Well, I think it's easy to say things when you're on the outside. It's different when you are on the inside. Because we saw how the current administration, how it would go so hard on the government that we had then, which was the PF. We saw how hard they would go on them.
They would criticize.
Yes,
they would offer checks and balances.
Of course, we saw all those things, and now it's them in power, and we haven't seen so much. Of course, there are some developments that they have made, but many Zambians feel otherwise.
But there is a notion that people on social media are always talking about, to say the former government didn't do much well in that, like maybe for lack of a better term, they said they damaged the country. But again, since we have a new regime, so progress would take longer, to be noticed, because they have to make sure that everything that was wrong has been rectified. Everything that went wrong has been worked on. So for citizens to actually start seeing the goodness in the current regime, it's going to take some time. But is it all? Is this how it's supposed to be? Or probably people are those are just rantings, or maybe...
Well, it could be rantings, but again, it could be, general concerns, because at the end of the day, we are all affected. If we look at an average family, a Zambian average family, they are not able to afford, 3 meals in a day. And we were promised to say, no, things were going to get cheaper. We saw the price of meal going upwards from, is it 150 to 170 to 200? We have seen a lot of commodities, really, the prices going upwards. If we talk about fuel, it's not... let's not even go there. So there's much that has to be done, in as much as they are trying to repair the damage that was made by the previous regime, which was PF. We still need to give them time. In as much as we are giving them time, at least they also need they also need to assure us. They also need to do something to just make sure
that our hearts.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, those are the results. If you have so much expectations, you know, you feel disappointed because you're expecting a lot, and especially that you know, people actually turn out in numbers to vote. If you remember,
especially the youths.
Exactly.
Especially the youths.
So I think is this what we voted for? Is this what we really want? But again, at the end of the day, I think I'll borrow your point where you said patience. I think they need to practice patience. They need to give them a little bit of time, and let's see what they can do. Remember, they're still repairing the damage that was caused. So I think let's just give them time. Or we just tell ourselves and say, okay, we'll start criticizing them after 3 years. I think 3 years is enough time.
Yes,
for
you
to say yes,
exactly.
for you to criticize. So for now, I think patience is very true. Let's practice it. Yeah,
and let's not overlook the good things that they have done. We have seen how they created jobs for health personnel as well as teachers.
The reason
we have seen they've really done so much. The fact that we are not seeing what we want, let's not that be a factor for us to overlook some of the good things that they have done.
But you know that it's so hard to please a person.
I know it's so hard because if you look at bitter Zambians on social media,
they will roast you from morning up to 24/7.
It's really sad. But anyway, let's just get into we have a caller. Let's just pick that call. We hear what you have to say. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, sir. How are you? Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, we are not good. I remain anonymous. I'm calling from Chilanga.
Oh, okay.
That is a very, very good program you are actually discussing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The most important part is that don't feel uncomfortable. Just speak out like the way you are speaking. People are suffering. And I've liked the way you are coming out. Because these people promise a lot of things to the Zambians. And the Zambians are not seeing whatever is happening. Firstly, I'll start with road shedding. Road shedding, the president came on media and said, we have finished the road shedding. This is how the new Dawn government is working. That was six months in the government. Where are we now? Road shedding is back in rain season. Meanwhile, the PF used to do road shedding in October. Not to talk of the level of water in Karipa Dam. This is rain season. So number one, Basa Shira, they don't know what they are talking about. Because they are sure that there is no road shedding. Road shedding, instead of 6 hours, the minister is now talking of 13 hours. Coming to the issue of economic hardships, people have no fertilizer. Farmers, up to now, they are waiting for fertilizer in Kasama and in the bush. Meanwhile, the maize is supposed to be applied fertilizer. Where are they going to get fertilizer? So, when they say they are on course to steer development in Zambia, Zambians have seen that what they voted for is different from what is happening. The building of the vice president going in various hospitals or people are suffering in hospitals, they are not just in Lusaka. She could have made sure that she even goes to Shangongo. They are not medicines. Because there in Lusaka, they just had an idea to say the vice president is coming. Then they stopped a few medicines in the hospital. Because it's within. But there was Zambia, in Mazabuka, I was watching this Camnet news, where somebody was even calling to the people at Mazabuka. It's not medicine, this guy is asking. So what kind of the government is it? And they are saying, whatever blame, they fail to work, they say, no, PF, they have damaged. PF, they have damaged. How many years have they been in power where they continue denouncing the damage of PF? PF never used to delay in giving out the price. So there are a lot of things which Zambians have seen. Look at the bag of milk. It's going at 195. And yesterday I was talking to my brother, there is no meal in Mpika, there is a shortage of meal. So we are going back into colonial days, where meal You will start fetching them from buying from Nakondi. So is that kind of a government you want? How bala simba, bala lipuka, our votele, acha our votele. Otherwise, we are dying. Most of the Zambians are dying.
Okay.
That's what I'm for.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. Remember, you can also come through. The number is right there on your screen. You can actually call us direct, or you can simply send your text message and we'll be able to read it. Remember, we're also streaming live on our Camnet Facebook page. That is Camnet TV. And of course, you can also watch the show live and leave your comment.
And talking about power, let's just zoom into the story. Government has announced to cut down in electricity exports due to the low power generation. Energy Minister Peter Kapala has, however, explained that government will not completely do away with exports to maintain existing power markets. So let's just zoom into that story. And when we come back, we'll continue with our topic of discussion.
Zambia has been exporting about 430 megawatts of electricity to other countries. But due to low power generation at the Kariba North Bank power station, in view of low water levels, Minister of Energy Peter Kapala has announced a cut down in power exports to cushion the local demand.
We've cut back a bit, even on some of the exports that we've been doing, export to Zimbabwe, DRC, Botswana, Tanzania. We've cut back so that we do with what we've got, and they understand. In Namibia, there's 180 megawatts, so we will cut back a bit so that at least we don't disrupt that market, because it's an important market. Exports are important. CESCO is cash strapped, and it's the exports that has kept us, going for a while.
Engineer Kapala says despite the difficult situation the country finds itself in regarding power generation, government is doing everything possible to ensure that industries that drive the economy are kept running.
To ask CESCO to scale down from the 1050 or 1080 megawatts to 500 megawatts. So that is to 800 megawatts. Okay, so you find that ZESCO lost, or the country lost 600 megawatts. That's quite a lot of power. So we had to find ways and means to keep industry going to some extent. That whatever we've got, let's use it prudently, so that we don't face a situation whereby we continue generating the same quantity, but water will finish and then a complete shutdown.
President Hakainde Hichilema, in a media statement, also says his administration is much alive to the disruption caused by the ongoing load management to various economic sectors, small-scale businesses, vital installations, households and ordinary people, and government is doing everything possible to mitigate these challenges in the immediate and long term. Kalan Mchima reporting for Zanis in Osaka.
And you're still watching The Breakfast Show. Let's just get to hear what our callers are saying from home. Hello, good morning. Hello. Do we still have the caller on the line? Hello. Okay, so we are discussing government, the UPND government.
Yes, is the UPND government on course to steer up development? Do you think they're fit to steer up development? Do you think they're doing the right thing to steer up development in our country? Yes, we can't run away from the fact that a lot of things are not going on well. But again, do you still have hope? What is it? What is it, that one thing that's still, that is still stuck at the back of my mind and say, what, this UPND government can still steer up development in our country? So you can actually let us know what you think about today's topic. If you're trying to reach us, please keep on trying until you reach us, and we'll be more than glad to actually get interactive with you, our viewers at home, as we continue discussing this topic right here in the studio. You can actually air out your views on so many different things that are affecting you. But for today, we can actually discuss if this government is also doing enough to steer up development.
Okay, let's take that call.
Do we have a caller? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning. I don't know if we lost that caller or...
I think we've lost it.
Okay, but you can still call us back using the numbers that are on your TV screen, on your TV screens, or better yet, hello?
Yeah, there's something that I want to comment about.
Okay, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from, sir.
Yeah, it's my colleague from Kafue.
Oh, okay, please go ahead with your comments or contributions.
Yeah, I was asking where is the whereabouts of Patrick Soko.
Patrick Soko is around, sir.
One of the fine days, you should get the receipt from Z.
Okay, you mean on the verdict?
From public television.
Okay, so
I think this is a conversation that we can have outside.
Yeah, no, listen. I want him to get some clips of the Red House Monday. Because I got wanted to get into the shoes of the Red House Monday and see the way he was asking questions.
Okay.
Then the second.
Hello? I think we lost that call. But you can still call us back, and please, when you call us, let's stick to the topic of discussion.
Exactly. So just a reminder, once you call us, please let's stick to the topic of discussion for today, strictly what we are discussing. Tell us your views and yeah.
We are discussing UPND government on course to steer up development. Do you think they are developing the country or it's the other way around? Please give us your thoughts. Call us using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or better yet, you can go on our Facebook page, Camnet TV, leave your comments there and let's get interactive. There are quite a number of issues that we are facing as Zambians, and you can come through with yours. We don't know, is it the healthy? Okay, let's take the call. We have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Morning, madam.
Sir, please, you're through to Camnet Breakfast Show. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Kalulushi.
How is Kalulushi?
It's fine.
Bakopa lalaka. What is your contribution on what we are discussing today? Okay. Yale ya hours yanga kumyenu. So it's better makwata mala itu kushira kasubaka. Okay. Okay, Tuatasha. All right. And this is a compliment that I remember. I think I had this discussion with my neighbor. She equally said the same. Yes, and she was equally worried about thieves. To say, you know, at least it's better we have power, because power on its own, it's security.
Yes, it is.
So it's better we have power in the night, and like the whole day we have power, and then it doesn't make sense.
It's not even safe.
Yeah, but again, I think there are routines that, you know, areas where they have, like, they're experiencing a power outage throughout the day, then power gets back in the night. And there are also areas where there's no power throughout the day, power comes back in the night. So we just don't know how this can actually help us, because the hardest part is that we can't have power like in all areas in the night at the same time, unfortunately. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much for all your opinions and your contributions. You know, do come through again. If you've been trying to call us, please don't give up. You can still reach us. The numbers are on your screens. and you can definitely come through by making that reaction, as regards to the topic that we're discussing today and some of the issues that are burning inside you.
Of course. Okay, we have another caller. Let's pick that call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Please speak up, sir. We can't get you here too low.
We don't much weekend. Today, Nana James Perry. Kushan ko ka volume but voice yenu, we can't really get everything that you're saying. Kindly speak up. Okay. Mleo mlete mina kwisa. Okay. Kwa ilande mpo achan. We can't hear you again. Hello?
I think we have lost him.
We've lost him. Make sure that when you call us, your phone is loud and clear, so that we can actually have a proper conversation. We avoid the distortion.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what his point was going to be, but I think he mentioned something about charcoal. I think we'll keep experiencing this thing as long as we're not having electricity. The cutting down of trees continues.
Deforestation.
And that means we won't have enough rain. So I don't know what we can do. We really need to find a solution.
But the funny part about life is that there are pros and cons to everything. When you talk about charcoal sellers are actually celebrating right now. In as much as they're experiencing load shedding equally, but they're also celebrating in terms of making sales.
I think that's a business that...
Yes, so their business is actually flourishing because of what's load shedding. You understand? So I think it's a two-way thing. Others are celebrating on the other side, and we are still grappling on the other side. For us that rely on electricity like exclusively. So it is actually a two-way thing. So there are people that are okay with load shedding because they are making sales, and there are people that are also not, good with what's going on.
Yeah.
So we don't really know which one is which, but at the end of the day, charcoal becomes expensive also. Do you know that?
Yes, it does.
Because we have so many people that are relying. Demand of
demand.
charcoal, that's the word. So there are pros and cons to everything.
Oh, goodness. Me, I just want us to get to a place where we stop depending on water entirely. Can we, I don't know the right, I don't know if, what's the term I'm looking for? There's a term I'm looking for really, but it has really escaped, the beauty. We need to shift to other things, because as long as we're still depending on water, we'll keep experiencing the same thing. If we don't have enough trees, we're not going to have enough rains, because people need to cut down the trees in order for them to make charcoal for everybody, because there's a demand. So can we divert to other things? I don't know, solar or any other form that we can have. I think it's high time we started thinking big on solar. Let's make it
an alternative.
Yes, let's make it an alternative. I think that's the term I was looking for. Let's make it an alternative. I don't know the government. If you can hear us, we're speaking on behalf of the Zambian people.
Exactly.
Yes. We have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, through to Camnet Breakfast Show. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
We are speaking from
Okay, please go ahead with your comments or contributions.
Yes. Firstly, I would like to talk on load shedding. The government cannot clear up development because of we don't have okay because there are a number of things which need power. And at the end of the day, if in the middle, when they want to protect medicine, they need power. They don't have. A number of things that we do. But even I don't think we can move ahead of development if we should be expecting a lot of the because sometimes, like in our area, we don't get 1 hour. because it's more than 12 hours. So sometimes you want to stay. You know, the talk of 12 hours, if you take 6 hours, 6 hours now is 12 hours. The 12 hours is the time from the time 6 hours is there, it's like step down to the hour. Somebody more than 12 hours. If people that's lazy and wrong, it's a great country. You know, talk of the youth. Because the youth are the ones who voted like the normal crazy. And then the youth are going to the officers, the loans, the working, the loans, that's how we can be together.
Okay.
And then you know, these people who are coming to take power, they should get out to give the locating things from their obtaining policies. Because the youth in government, when it was, you know, coming into power, they and then they put the state, they say, I'll be, you know, I shall be too old. 14 hours, they will come at 9:1. And then maybe I need to help because I was busy crying because of the 100% fear. I was busy crying. And then that day, just the 29 quarter, I don't know. But as today, I saw the way. And then they told the people in the safety. Now, it's doing that. And then they say, me, I said, maybe I have not opportunity of avoiding the state. Yes, because the book will get the power of the river, so the time to the so they have to do problems and get the power of the okay, I thought maybe I was a state of it, having maybe 100 or 150, you know, what about the taking the so what I said, I said, really, Indians are coming up with a good idea of saying the schedule, but this is experience. The one thing is the develop. Beautiful, you know, how it is important. When I went to support a member of the short term, the life because of our age. And then that was a special problem. There was a special problem. Things that was high, everything that's not the same. So if we are not there, we need like people. Because instead of starting with a check, it would be the thinking because it's not about quality. Then it comes down to 0-1. 0-1, who can make the 0-1 of the thing? You know, trying to meet their thing, but when they are making more better, who can make around that time? If they can plan all things and then.
Okay. Thank you so much for the views. I think her point is, you know, if government cannot manage to, you know, to do away with load shedding, I think they should be considerate in terms of the hours.
Yes.
I mean, power comes back as 0-1. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. Again, it goes at 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. Then what?
Then what?
and I think she brought in a point that's very important. You know, electricity as a nation, we depend on it so much because it's the only alternative that we have when it comes to electricity. And we will see, or we have already seen, when you talk about production of things, for people to manufacture things, they need electricity. Without electricity, they cannot. Sure. And like you mentioned earlier, it's not everybody that can afford in buying what do we use?
Solar.
No.
Gensets?
A genset. It's not everybody who can afford to get a genset because they're quite expensive. Yeah. And it's not only a genset that you get. You need to buy gas all the time. Really, the government should, I don't know, please, we are appealing as a Zambian people, can we at least have less hours? Can we have at least less hours? Can you consider us on that part? Because the 12 hours is really too much and it's affecting a lot of things. And like you said, again, you mentioned on the commodities prices going upwards because there's demand. low production, people have to buy gas, and we know it's expensive as it is, and every month ERB gives us reviews, and they either increase or decrease, but most of the times they increase. So meaning things will become expensive. Like a lot of things will become expensive more than they are already.
Exactly.
So,
and you know, when you think about the 12-hour load shading, really, like I mentioned earlier, let's look at somebody who's doing small business, and people that just exclusively rely on that business for their survival. I mean, it's not really helping.
It's not helping
because
at all.
if power goes, let's say I own a salon, and then like the whole day I don't have power, automatically I'm not going to have customers.
No.
The next day is the same thing. The next day is the same thing. I mean, how are we going to survive?
How are we going to survive? The increase of poverty is just going.
Exactly. So at least if ZESCO can equally be considerate in terms of, you know, the periods at which at least they are taking their power. You know what I mean? If you can't, from 6 hours up to 01, there is no power, and then it comes back at 01. It again goes, disappears at 6 hours when I'm sleeping, and then I wake up at 6 hours. I slept, there was no power. I wake up, there's no power. Really? I don't think I can have a productive day. So that is actually, those are the cries from so many different people. So if only ZESCO can actually look into that and be considerate in terms of time management, they can also help someone out there.
And you also talk about butcheries. You know, people stop eating nice. Nice
even just buying a relish in bulk, even at household level. Because how are you going to store it?
Because it's costly buying every day. People would rather they buy in bulk
at once,
so that it sustains them for either a month. But then because we don't have power, you can't. And buying every day, it's very costly. So government, ZESCO, I don't know. Can we reduce
the authorities?
Can we reduce the hours that electricity is going? Can we at least have maybe less than 12 hours? At least that one will help not only people with small businesses, but just everyone in general.
At least if power goes at 6, come back at 12, at least somebody can do something from 12 until, you know, 19, somewhere there. But anyway, we can zoom into the other story for today, where some business women in Lusaka have given up on the Constituency Development Fund, stating thus they are not motivated to apply for funding under cooperatives in 2023, as they did not benefit from this fund in 2022. So Camnet TV actually spoke to some traders, and Zipporah Mushala brought us this report.
While one would expect more citizens to be eager to form cooperatives and apply for funding under Constituency Development Fund CDF in 2023, some business women in Lusaka say they have given up hope on the initiative, as they did not benefit in 2022. Following the increase of CDF from 1.6 million to 25.7 million kwacha in 2022, citizens were encouraged to form cooperatives and write business proposals, which would see the best candidates receiving different packages of funding. This, however, did not go well with many business people in the informal sector, who say the requirement of writing business proposals was disadvantaging many of them, as few of them were literate. They said funds were highly competitive, meaning that not even all those that managed to present business proposals were successful. The scenario that prevailed in 2022 has discouraged some business women in Lusaka who say they're not inspired to apply in 2023.
Then tinabwata nembesako futi ya cooperative certificate inachoka but tutindama tipase manje kulibe kwa tingaenda to yatitandize tilibe so business yatu inagwa tilibe napogwira timabwera so chabe tingoyangana makatundu tilibe ndrama kutatipasa kuza cooperative sizioneka tayesa tingoenda daily time na time tungoenda kwambia December tungo sensema endani uko but ndrama kulibe.
Others, however, say they will continue trying, urging other citizens to do the same.
Kutenga kwa kaena ma 5 pin. Bezotenga vachokako babiri, futi mwavela bena ngati vachokako batatu, but monga pano ro 1 banatenga. Ba Fred Joe. Tiembekeza pana setikatenga tinazivera wanazichosa.
Manje yo business tizaiona bwanje bwino pakuti tilibe ndalama, ndrama tilibe ndrama zavuta ndrama zingenesa ma business ya bwera down. Koma wakati pasa emene ayo mandalama mana ti promise ma 5 pin. Tizachichita.
The business women have however called for more education surrounding the fund, stating that many are still ignorant on how it works. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
All right, so those are some of the businesswomen in Lusaka who have actually given up on the Constituency Development Fund. And of course, they're still hoping that the 5,000 kwachas that were actually promised to them, if only they were to be given that amount, probably things can actually turn around. You know, people have given up on so many things in Zambia. Why? So
it's just discouraging the issues that are surrounding, you know, everything that's going on. It's really discouraging. But one thing that I've learned in this life is that never, ever, ever give up.
Exactly.
Keep trying.
Or maybe government should prioritize working on the basic needs of people before maybe they could work on other things, especially when we talk about food. I think that's my opinion. I mean, I think government, I would advise you prioritize the needs of the people first before you actually look into other things like developmental things. I think the plight of people, it's very important because trust me, if only they can reduce the prices of commodities, I think almost every Zambian can be more than happy. So I think I would advise they prioritize the basic needs first.
Yeah.
Exactly, and probably, you know, complaints can actually listen from the people around.
The thing is that the government might want to do that, but if you look at Zambia, we are low on production. Most of the things they are imported from other countries. They come in from other countries. So when you talk about things that we're getting from other countries, we look at transportation, if it's shipping, if it's air transport, or these things that are going on. It's quite difficult for them to reduce the prices of, you know, food things.
Okay.
Unless if we, I don't know, maybe teach people how to produce things or
self-productive.
Yes, or exactly. Maybe if we go that route, probably it will be possible. But as long as we're not doing that, I don't think it's possible.
Maybe again the problem will be us, like we are fully reliant on government to do everything on our behalf.
The thing is, some people would actually want to get into production, but you know, machinery. Some of the machines we don't have them here.
But how do other people manage? My connections,
it's connections. So we need those connections. We need these connections, and we need availability of, you know, machinery.
Need to change the language to have these connections.
Exactly, we need connections, and we also need, like I said earlier, or like I mentioned earlier, you know, if we want that to happen, like the suggestion that you have, which is a very good one, but let's put in much efforts in teaching people how to, you know, produce, manufacture good products and everything. Maybe that way would lessen the issue of people complaining about commodities and these other things. Yeah, I think we should go that route.
Okay.
But honestly, I feel we are heading in that way.
We are?
Yes, because now they have started teaching in. Okay, they are still revealing the academic. What is it called?
Syllabus, calendar?
Yes, they are still revealing where we have at least skills. That will be one of the subjects that will be
introduced.
Yes, and then also entrepreneurship and agriculture, and you know, those are things that bring in money or that give us food.
Yeah.
So we're heading that way, really. We are.
Let's hope for the best. Okay, so they said time flies when you're having so much fun, and of course we're discussing so many important topics on today's show, but we need to calm down, we need to close it, and unfortunately we would have taken the whole day discussing these important issues, but unfortunately everything must come to an end. So unfortunately our guest couldn't make it today, but of course next week you're going to bring in somebody who's going to give us an expert view concerning what we'll be discussing next week, and of course we're hoping to come through with a very powerful topic just like the one that we had today. So I'd love to say thank you so much to everybody who came through. Your views are really, really important. Thank you so much for calling in, and of course we hope that this interaction continues even as the show unfolds, you know, next week, the other week, and forever.
The breakfast show comes every day except on Sundays. So it's Monday to Saturday. So be sure that you catch us for those exciting topics and things that you're looking forward to. And don't forget to watch our news, because you know we are here to give you nothing but the best. Just like our tagline is, Camnet TV is not just another channel. So we're here to give you nothing but the best. I had an awesome time on set with you.
By the way, we are doing it for the first time together. I hope we did justice to our viewers.
Yeah, I hope we did. I hope we did.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. On behalf of everybody, the production crew, my name is Louisiana Lupumbwe.
And my name is Amazing Katamanda. For now, it's goodbye. God bless you. Keep it locked to Camnet TV. You know we're not just another channel. Stay blessed.